Hello, friends. Here we are in ComfyUI on YouTube. Hers back with Creative Exploration. We're here to play with motion LoRAs. I've been talking about doing this for a while. I started doing it a while ago on one of the streams, and it kind of fell apart. Yeah, I'm back. I kind of know how to do it. I'm getting good results, and yeah. I guess I should talk about what a motion LoRA is. Let's go to MotionDirector. So a motion LoRA, you can train it on footage, and then it takes on the yeah, see how it can take on the sort of motion of that footage. We can use this in AnimateDiff as like a camera movement or a motion LoRA. And I'm just using basically the basic setup here from Kijai. It's the AD-MotionDirector setup, and it's just basically the same setup that they had in the for the default settings, and I'm using those, and it's going pretty well. So yeah, I'll walk through the notebook, and yeah, well, so I trained one on people running around in a circle, and added it to this. So this is with it, and this is without it. So you can see it's definitely maybe a little overfit on this one, but yeah, you can see how it, you know, what we can do with this. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, let's look at the thing. So I have this. Don't worry about all this stuff here down here. This this is just for building this little graph guide thing that I have here, so I can see what is sort of happening at each step of the training process. As you can see, by the time it gets to the 500 step level, it's pretty much trained up. Sometimes this actually happens by the 300th step and stuff. So like, yeah, see what happens. I trained my first V3 motion LoRA today, and yes, it was faster, but then inferring out of V3 takes longer because it's not LCM, so you gotta like it doesn't have AnimateLCM and stuff, so you gotta like do full runs on that stuff. So I'm gonna stick with the V2 motion modules today because they're more fun to play with when you're actually making animations, because you got faster iteration time and stuff in the V2 models. And I just like the AnimateLCM stuff. I like the way it feels. I like the way it looks. It's fun to play with, and that's what I'm going to focus on. So yeah, the only difference is you would just train on a different motion model. You can in the thing you can select which motion model you're training on. For instance, I'm training on the AnimateLCM one, but if you wanted to train the version 3 one, you do that, and then you use the version 3 SD15 adapter. So because we're training LCM, I don't believe we need the adapter LoRA, but we'll find out if it's totally broken. Up here, you just type in the title of the LoRA, and that's going to help with the file name. Up here, you type in the validation prompt, and that's basically what it's going to do every 100 steps. It's going to run it with that prompt and try to show you what's happening. And if it, so you can stop it when you feel like it's doing exactly what you want it to. Yeah. This is the validation settings. So these are the settings it uses to do the render when it's doing it each time. Actually, yeah, you can't do the you can't do LCM with this, so we just have to do long ones, but it's not that bad. These settings are all alone. So you kind of up here, you kind of describe what is happening in the clip. So in this case, I put looking around confused because that's what Travolta's doing. Yeah, and basically all that stuff is just by default. And I'm just training at the 576 by 320 resolution that AnimateLCM was trained on. So yeah. And I made this little workbook here for generating 16 frame clips. So instead of worrying about it here, and running it and then Hey Dipslayer, today I'm doing version 2, but version 3 is the exact same process. It's just you just change the motion model up here from version 2 to version 3 and use the adapter LoRA thing. It's all in the in the link in the description below for the workflow. You can get it there and grab all that stuff. Yeah, so yeah, okay. Yeah, so I built this to make little clips instead of having to do the clip in here where you have to keep stopping the run every time it's about to start or bypass all this stuff, whatever. Just open a new tab and just make a little workflow like this. I'll leave it open so you can screenshot it and build it yourself, or I'll put it on. I'll make a little pack and throw it on the Discord tonight with all these tools in them. The trainer, the video clip maker, and the this thing I built for testing. All right. So yeah, this is the yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's basically the setup for just finding a 16 frame clip. And you just upload the video and do the stuff here, chopping. So basically, same thing as any VHS loader. You only want to load 16 frames. You want to skip however many frames at the beginning of the clip to get to your spot. And then you want to select every nth frame, which means, like, in this case, I'm selecting every second frame, so it goes a little faster. So I get the whole motion in the motion LoRA. If your motion is faster, then you want to do that like every frame so that it's, you know, more compact or whatever. Just get a nice 16 frame animation where the thing is happening. And then I had this little image cropper thing here so that I could crop it up a bit, because I just wanted to crop the bottom out a bit so that it would move up in the center. All right, so, and then here, this is just a simple setup where, this is just a regular setup where you load an image, it looks at the image with Moondream and then writes a prompt, and then uses IP adapters and AnimateDiff with and without the motion LoRA you're testing, so that you can see what your motion LoRA is doing. Because doing tests without, like, blind tests with no comparison is a waste of time, because you don't really know what your motion LoRA is doing unless it's completely overfit. So it's always good to run a same run with the same seed, using the motion LoRA and not using the motion LoRA with the same settings. So to do that here, I just set up 2 AnimateDiff loaders, 2 IP adapters, plugged all the stuff, the global stuff, into both of them. And then the stuff that needs to change is down here. So in this case, we want to load up the motion module and no motion module, etc., etc. It's just underneath the stack and then thing. So yeah, I'll clean this up and put it on the Discord as well, because it's an easy way to test your motion LoRAs. So I was thinking we'd find a clip. Let's try famous meme GIFs. I want to find one with some good motion. I was thinking Homer Bushes might be funny, but I don't love the motion. I don't think it'll be a good one. We want to find something that's, like, very distinctive. You'd be able to tell, like, the motion, even if it wasn't the meme, you know what I mean? Actually, that little hip thrust he does there might be the one. A little shimmy side to side. Yeah. So let's grab this, copy image, go to our little chopper, paste it. Oh, it's not going to let me. Okay. Let's do this the old fashioned way. Download GIF. Actually, this one might suck because I need a wide one. Yeah. I need to find a GIF with wide motion. The weird Drake dance. We're going deeper and deeper into deep fried meme territory. I need, oh, that one might be good, actually. Yeah, that one might be pretty funny, actually. I might have to take this one into Resolve and chop it a bit. Oh no, we can use the tool. So let's save this. Desktop, Giphy, GIF. Let's open desktop, Giphy.gif. All right. So with this thing, we can chop it up and find the exact frames we want. So for my last one, I went 30 frames in and I loaded 16 frames. Let's see what that does here. Too fast. Let's slow it down by selecting every nth one. Better. Maybe we want to get an up and down motion ideally. That's kind of cool. Yeah, let's train that. So I'm just right clicking and saving the preview that I just made here because that's what we're going to use for our motion LoRA. There it is. And we're loading 16 frames, skipping no frames. I'm going to do, I know it takes longer, but I'm going to do the version 2 because even though the training takes longer, later when we go to test it, it will take much less time to look at different incarnations of it than to do it with version 3. With version 3, you got to do a full run with no LCM, so it just takes twice, 3 times as long to test. But yeah, if you want to do V3 stuff, if that's your bread and butter, that's the stuff you're rendering, then just do these in 3D models. I just like AnimateLCM. I like it. It's fun. So this one will be Jack nodding. And we're gonna make the validation prompt something that will sort of look like this, but not look like this. So let's do close up of an otter nodding. Hopefully it'll turn into an otter. Hopefully. Okay, and I'm just checking everything. Oh yeah, we can use just a man furiously nodding. Okay. Let's cue it. So yeah, this will take a while. So yeah, we'll just watch this thing go by very, very slowly. You can go to terminal and see how long it's taking. If it takes, like this is going to take 8 minutes for every 100 steps or so, it'll go up and down. It might go up a little bit and then it'll go down. So yeah, we'll see. This could take up to an hour, but I'm betting it'll take 35, 40 minutes to render. It's actually going pretty fast. Faster than last night, that's for sure. And then yeah, every 100 steps, it's going to do a little render and show us what the motion LoRA is doing to this prompt, basically. Close up of an otter nodding. Let me pull up some stuff that I trained last night so you can see it. I just some of it went a little nude every now and then, so I got to do this on another monitor and pull them over. That's the problem with these low LCMs, and another reason to use V3 is it's hard to keep the close on the models sometimes at low LC or low CFG steps. Output. Sorry, I have way too many files in this folder. Give me a moment. Trying to find more of the people running. So yeah, let's I'll pull up one of the motion LoRAs I trained. Output motion LoRAs. Are they all? Nope. Motion LoRA grid. Bear with me here, people. I'm sorry. Okay. So I trained one on... Here's one. So I trained one on this dancer. Oh, I have his name. Give me one sec. I will get his name. I don't like training on people and not shouting them out. One sec. Users. And again, I'm not training on people's work and then using it commercially. This is for testing. This is for what we're doing here. And yeah, I don't know. You can train on what you want to train on, but if you're going to use stuff commercially, it would make, you know, sense to maybe use CC0 stuff, maybe stuff you've made, stuff you filmed. A, it feels better, and B, you're not just directly stealing someone else's work. And yes, this is, I don't know, this goes way beyond fair use, I think, because you're just training a motion into a module. But the fact is, like, when you get it, like, you notice here where it's overfitting, basically, like, I'm just returning the input footage at some point. So, you know, they'll be able to figure it out if you train on somebody's footage and release that motion LoRA. So, something to think about. Be maybe figure out your connection to the ethics of what we're doing and do your thing. I don't want to say one way or the other because, you know, it feels like it's beyond fair use, but it's also something to consider. Just not just take people's stuff. But yeah, so that's that, and then the source is this. Oh yeah, this dancing guy, and then let me find the renders for that. I may have rendered too many things. I am lost in the sauce now. Where are you guys? I see people running. I'm looking for people dancing. Did I train that first? How's this doing? Ooh, 50%. That's not bad at all. Here we go. So yeah, we're getting lots of fun fun motion. That's, you know, this is the craziest one. This one was basically the input footage. It just came out. But yeah, I mean, it's really chaotic, but it's fun. Trying to find some safe for work stuff. Okay, so the people run. Oh, yes, and the other fun thing is you can mix these motion LoRAs. So I had ones where the people were running, and I added that with the dancer, and all of a sudden the dancer is now running around. So like, yeah, yeah, I don't know. There's so much stuff to play with here in implying motion on things, because like, yeah, like in this one, for instance, this is the dancer LoRA mixed with the people running around in a circle LoRA, and it's actually, I think the guy's dancing in place, but he's running around at the same time. So it's really interesting to see how they mix these LoRAs, how these LoRAs mix together in the latent space. So yeah. This has been a very fun experiment, and I highly recommend it. But oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the requirements. It takes 14 gigs of VRAM to do this. So I think you're gonna pretty much need a 16 gig card or more. Yeah, it just sucks. You might be able to actually train lower resolution though with less VRAM. I think maybe as low as 11. So you might be able to do this on a 12 gig card if you do like 512 by 512. Don't quote me on that though. I haven't tried it. Yeah, it is unfortunate that it's you know, it's so VRAM dependent, but whatever. Hey, Squint, what's up? We're training motion LoRAs today. So yeah, once this is done its first 100 steps, it'll do an otter nodding. Now, this one might look like this because it's just, you know, the otter is nodding and it might be a similar shot. We won't really know until about 300 whether it's like the motion LoRA doing it or just the prompt. So it's usually better to use a validation prompt that has like nothing to do with your prompt to see what it turns into by the time it hits 500. So yeah, I might have screwed that up. We could have probably picked a prompt, a validation prompt that was like, you know, a tree swaying in the woods or something, and ideally we'd get that motion out of the tree or something, or you know, a bush in the wind, something like that. All right, here we go. We're gonna validate the first 100 steps now and see what happens. Actually, I should set up a little, yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up a little VLC player thing. Hey, what's up, Orange? What are you doing, bud? Orangural, I can never say your name. I'm sorry. I mean to, but then it doesn't come out. Do 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 do. I'm just gonna make a little video playlist thing to run in the corner while we hang out here, so you can see some of the experiments I've been doing. But I'm gonna try to not put the nude ones in there. I did a lot of statue stuff, and a lot of statues are nude, so a lot of the prompts came out that way. You know, makes sense. You get out what you put in. Yeah, I should have cleaned up this folder first. I'll do some finished videos instead. Oh, there's the nodder. He's happy. So that's just 100 steps. It's probably doing nothing. We'll see. Composition is similar though. That's good. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. Oh, yeah, that person came out kind of naked. I think we'll not do that. Spaghetti. From the minute I wake up. Sorry about that. That was probably kind of loud. Hopefully I won't get copy struck for that 2 seconds of Thundercat there. Oops, I just broke my display. Lovely. There we go. There's some gross stuff to look at while we render the next frame. For camera motion LoRAs, would it make sense to render simple camera motion videos in Blender just using primitives? Yeah, maybe. All right, how's the render doing? Let's pull that up too. Maybe I can get that down here. Nerd stuff. There's the nerd stuff. I don't know. I think he looks healthy. He's getting his carbs in. Sure, maybe the spaghetti wiggles a little more than it should, but whatevs. Dev 60. I was going to do a Blender tutorial while this rendered, but I think that's a little confusing. I'll just save that for next time. More on what you were talking about, Squint. I plan on making a bunch of tunnel videos in Blender, and then trying to capture sections where it's turning in different directions, and then train motion LoRAs for those different turns. And then if I'm right, you should be able to mix all of those LoRAs into the same run, and it should just randomly move around the tunnel left and right, up and down, whatever directions your LoRAs go, as it mixes them together over the context windows. So yeah, to answer your question from long ago, yeah, I think that's possible. I need to remove this video. Oh, it's because, yeah, that's why. There we go. Let's see what else I got here. It's not blasting music, right? Okay, good. I hate how the VLC player thing in OBS just starts blasting sound. Like, who wants that? Okay, and then I put... I might have too many files in this folder. Can you believe it? You can test your V3 motion LoRAs with AnimateLCM. They just look bad. But you can see what they look like if you want to, yeah, if you want to test them that way. Personally, though, I think, yeah, I think they look better when you don't do that. See an advantage over object movements with motion LoRAs compared to just using control nets. Yes, control nets are great for controlling the entire scene. Motion LoRAs are great for controlling the things in the scene. Yeah. So if I wanted a yeah, they're just different. They're just different different ways of controlling motion. And they're completely different. You can't do motion LoRa stuff with ControlNet, and you can't do ControlNet stuff with motion LoRa's. You can a little bit, but not to the extent where, you know, it would be useful. Oh, validating. Let's get our otter nodding. Nodding otter, nodding otter, nodding otter, nodding otter. Nodding otter. Where am I running guy? Where am I running guy? Oh, maybe I didn't post them. Yeah, it's possible. That one. This will be fine for now. Oh yeah, it's happening. Oh, this one's gonna be great. This one's gonna be great. He's even like, yeah. It's already pretty much converged here, but let's keep kicking. This is great. Yeah. This is great. Can't get the preview on the screen at the same time. So first 100 steps took 8.5 minutes. Second 100 steps took 8.5. Looking like this one will be about the same. Yeah, we're 2 minutes at 25 steps. So unless it starts speeding up dramatically, it'll be about the same. 8 minutes per 100 steps. I mean, it's not too bad. You get that nice readout every 100 steps, so it doesn't feel like you're just training into the wind, you know? I've been hitting the gym pretty hard lately. I've been working those muscles that come up over your head. Yeah, the penguins came out super good. I like the little smile after the hip thrust. That was the people running Motion LoRA and a depth map. I used I think this for the ControlNet for it. So like it's like a fake depth map that looks like a tunnel. And then it was sort of dreaming all the stuff on the edges of the tunnel. And because the mask, the depth animation loops, the render loops too, it's pretty cool. Oh, I know what we can do. I can add a little yeah. So you can come down here with me, Jack. Let's get you over here, bud. Yeah, it could. Here's the penguin's full screen. It's kind of claustrophobic, actually. Feels like they're all like all around you. I like how every now and then it opens up and you can see like Alaska out, and then it just gets covered in penguins again. Do I look like Jack Nicholson now? Did I nail it? Jack's gonna take my place for a minute while I stretch my legs. Get some water. You do the same, or don't. I don't care. I'm not your mom. Oh, here we go. Yes. He's just gonna be Jack Nicholson by the end of this. Oh, I love training motion LoRAs. This is so fun. I know it takes forever, but it's so worth it because you got this thing you can use forever, right? Well, until the next thing comes out. I mean, ideally, if there is a new version of this technology, I would hope that someone will write a little adapter so that we can just plug the older motion LoRAs into the new ones. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would work, but be ashamed to lose this stuff. Although I guess it's cool because it's, you know, you can always just make it with this version of AnimateDiff. Yeah, for real. Yeah, it's training. It's training the motion LoRA while we wait. So it's teaching the motion LoRA this motion, and every 100 steps of training, it shows us what it's how strong it is, how good it's done. Once this stops changing and looks like exactly like the input footage, we're done. So it's just like training any other kind of model. It just takes time. You gotta yeah, train it. Yeah, exactly. At some point, it'll just start spitting out the same thing over and over again. You can actually see it's talking about the loss here. Can I zoom in on this? I don't think so. No. Maybe that'll be in a later version of Pinocchio. Oh yeah, that's right. Check out Noteburger's what's that one called, Nope? I grabbed it last night, but I haven't played with it yet. Excuse me. That's just what the default was. Sometimes it's done by 300 steps. Yeah, spin zoom. I'll link it in the thing here. It's on Civitai, right? Follow. Oh, I'm not logged in on this account. I think I am already following you on my real account. If not, I shall rectify it. Rectify. I love how quickly this one got there. There's another training book on Banadoko by Kijai that trains to 250 steps. I haven't tried it, but it might be an option if you don't want to train this long. I just haven't tried it yet. It might be better. I don't know. Just to me, 500 steps sounded better. Because I'm not trying to I'm not actually trying to replicate a specific motion. What I'm trying to do is make motion LoRAs that create interesting motion later that I can probably push too far and make multiple things happen with that motion and stuff like that. My point is not to sort of make something realistic here. My point is to actually make something insane by using realistic motion. It's probably counterintuitive, but I enjoy it. So we'll see what we can make with this once it's done, because I think this is already immensely powerful. We can probably make any animal nod like Jack Nicholson. Finally, we have the technology to do this. Are you not entertained? We used to watch gladiators fight lions in a giant coliseum, and now you're watching some old guy render motion LoRAs on a computer in Canada. Maybe I should fight a lion live on stream. All right, Jack, get out of the way, bud. I'm coming back. I have a good feeling about this one, guys. I really do. This workflow is on the Discord, or not on the Discord. It's on the link in the description below for the motion director. If you grab that image, just drag it into Comfy and drop it. It's all there. I go through the settings at the beginning and what to change. This whole top part came from there. This whole bottom part I built so that you could see the differences between them, but it's, LOL. I made this a screenshot because I thought it would be funny. It's like way too many nodes and way too many noodles, but yeah, this is actually what the trainer is. Just this bit here. Let me move this. Sorry. Forgot that thing was in everybody's face. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, this is just this top bit is the workflow, and it's available on Kijai AD-MotionDirector. Yeah, it's in the description. But it's this one right here. You drag that into Comfy, it should work. Oh no, it's PNG. Yeah, you're good. You don't even need to really go to the GitHub either. You can get that workflow from there, but then if you go into examples in the folder, they're all here. So this is the 500 step workflow that I'm using, but there's also a 250 step one. So maybe we'll do the 250 step one after this with the same thing and see how it works. That might be something to do, actually. All right. All right, let's see. We're pretty much converged now. In fact, I think we're getting too much eyes here. I think this one might be the winner, actually, 300. I like this one too, but this one's just on it. So let's see how long this is going to take. Sometimes the last step doesn't take very long. Screw it. Let's let it run. And then, yeah, let's try the 250 step one as well. I'm curious that too. But yeah, this one looks the more dramatic, and maybe it's. They both follow the motion pretty good. This one seems more dramatic. We'll see if it converges into something together or if it just goes right off the rails for 500. Yeah, because like judging by this, maybe 250 steps is actually the right amount for this type of animation. That's also going to get you renders a lot faster because 50 steps, right, versus 100 is half the time. I can't wait for the day when like I can play music on the stream and then you guys have like a second volume bar and you could just turn the music down if you want. But it's like it could be there if you want it, but I don't want to just put it in because then later when I go to you know, put this stuff out, if there's copy strikes and stuff, the section will get muted and you won't be able to hear what I'm talking about. I wish there was a solution because I'd love to have some music that you guys can control the volume of, because I know a lot of people don't like having music while somebody's talking as well, so that's fine. But yeah, just, you know, put on your own tunes at your own volume and we'll just vibe. If you know me on Discord, or if you're on the Discord, you can click on my name and listen along if you want to listen to what I'm listening to. But it's usually 80s power ballads and stuff, so, you know, whatever. I was talking to Empress Trash when I had her on last week, 2 weeks ago, about maybe doing a kick version of this stream where we just make crazy stuff and don't have to worry about the NSFW rules and the music stuff, and just, you know, play tunes and just make stuff. And I think it might be kind of fun. So yeah, might be something to look forward to. Because YouTube is fun, but it's very restrictive as well, because, you know, sometimes you accidentally generate nude people when you're doing Stable Diffusion. It just happens, and I don't want to be terrified of that all the time. I think Jack wants me to generate nude people. We get it, dude. Quit nodding. I'm assuming that the complexity of the motion dictates how many steps you should train to. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Probably. That sounds right. Like, this motion's maybe simple enough that it got it really quickly. Hard to say. So what is it for? Yeah, so it's stayed at about 8 minutes per run here, every 100 steps. So, and that's on a 3090. So if you have a 4080, actually, I think there's a 4070 with 16 gigs, isn't there? That might be a beastly little training card, actually. Is it 12 or 16? I forget. Anyway, if you can find a 16 gig card that's fast, that might be a good option for this kind of stuff. So you don't actually need 24 gigs until you start doing inference with like high res and lots of big fat batches and things like that. If you're just having fun and generating small clips and stitching them together in other software, you don't really need to go crazy with the VRAM. And also, like, Pixel Pusher just showed up. There's another person. We got Pixel Pusher, we got Noteburger, we got all kinds of people training and releasing motion LoRAs for the community. So you can grab those motion LoRAs and infer with way less VRAM than it takes to train them. So yeah, You can always just play with the toys the community provides too. Go check out Shatter, the Shatter LoRA by Pixel Pusher. Show Shatter. These are sick. This is why it's interesting because nice. You kind of understand what the motion wants to do, but you never really know what it's going to do until the run happens. So I like that unpredictability of it. You know, other people might want it to do exactly what they asked it to every time, but I like this where there's an implied motion, but it's just stuff happening. I like it. Just pull the slot machine. What's the other one on Banadoko? I think is that yours? Nope. The I'll find it. I'll find it. Banodoko. Oh. Model. Bubbling rings. Is that you too? Yep. Get bubbling rings too, guys. It's really neat. Just trying to get the linky winky here. There it is. Loop. Check that one out too. All right, moment of tooth. Oh, I always forget to kill Steam before the stream. Go away. Nobody likes you, Steam. All right. This might just be alien bug eye nonsense because we've gone too deep. Like I do see extra eyes here. I don't love that. We've gone too far. Have you had much luck with the 250 step workflow? Nope and Pixel. Oh my god. We've gone full Nicholson. I think we just went ludicrous speed, guys. This is disturbing. I might have a winner on my hands here. Wow. So now, yeah, it's going through and it's making all these little titles and slapping it all together into this grid. There we go. There's our interpolated otter grid. Oh, it's so great. So many options here. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, let's infer with it and see what it do. All right. Should we make me nod, I guess? Why not? Where are you, Jack? Oh yeah, I gotta refresh. I may have been training a couple lately. It's not here yet. I gotta click on one first. There he is. Jack nodding. All right. Wish me luck. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'll clean up this little testing suite here and throw it up too, so you can test your LoRAs after you've made them. Because, like, yeah, like I was saying, you don't really know what they're doing unless you do one without it. Because, right, like we can. A lot of times with this stuff, you'll get a feeling or like an intuition about what it's doing, but it might not actually be doing that thing. I think this is gonna work. It looks insane, but I think it's gonna work. I'm nodding. Maybe too fast. Maybe I should have slowed it down. Definitely nodding though. That's at 1.2. Try backing it off a bit. Let's try the just the 300 there. Actually, we know what it looks like without the motion LoRA now, so we can bypass the second one and just do the runs now. So it's like we have a baseline, we understand what it does without, so this is what I mean about using the AnimateLCM one and the version 2 stuff, because like this stuff here where I'm testing to see what it's doing, it can do way faster. Like how the camera's pulling in on it too. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm gonna make a video where I'm just bobbing my head to a song in like a million different places, the same motion. Oh, that is so fun. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love it. All right, let's try some other silly pictures. Teletubbies always make kids. I don't love that. Winona Ryder? Everybody's just like subtly nodding their head. Oh, I love it. Let's go like crazy with the motion scale too. That too. The things I use my GPU for. Oh wow, the whole thing is just, yeah, that's cool. Let's go back to maybe 1.15. And what's like 0.5 do? Let's find out. So that's the AnimateDiff LoRA at 0.5, motion scale 1.15. This is where I usually like set things, so to get started and stuff. Also, this is the 300, right? Let's go back to the 500 and see if it's like, I feel like it's just going to be Jack Nicholson's face. Oops. Oh, well, actually, this might be cool on an animated one. I don't know what it's going to do. She only kind of likes the song. She's not like super into it. Can we make her like super into it? These wires, though. Oh, yeah, she's into it now. Okay, cool. That's cool. So you can control the head banginess. That's pretty sweet. I'm into this. 1.15. It's like 0.8 maybe? And then let's try another human person. Let's make Ryan Gosling get down. It's kind of got this like, oh, I know why that is, because they're 24 frame runs. So it's like wow, 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 wow. You would want it to be a 32 or a 16 so that it's like you could loop it and it would loop. I see. I was trying to figure out why it was wonky, but yeah, it's because it's a context window and a half, right? It's 16 plus or 16. Yeah, 16 plus 8. So if we make it a 16 frame context window, we don't get the overlap, but might get like a perfect little 16 frame loop that you could speed up or slow down and then track out on a plot or something to like a techno song or something, so that it's just close. Let's try 32. I'll name some of the stuff. Frame count. Here, resolution. Is the seed. Or, oh yeah, I don't have that on even. That's good for not having it on. We could put the LoRA on a little bit, see what it does. I find it just introduces not great noise sometimes. Yeah, he's just luck of the draw with the head bob. So yeah, let's do 24s then. What did I just change? Oh yeah, I put the AnimateLCM LoRA on. So I cranked the AnimateLCM LoRA back up to 15%. We'll see if that helps. Sometimes that adds more of the like motion into the thing. It'll add some noise, but it'll like make the motion LoRA you've trained more uh, insistent. I don't know. Get that motion a bit more. Don't think that's better. Blah. All right. You're a stinker, Gosling. Maybe Barbie can nod. Oh, let's do a tall one. See what happens. 320. If you just change it here, if you want to change the res, it's plugged in everywhere. I'll make some switches and stuff because like we can also encode the images into the VAE by just plugging the latent in. So I'll make a latent switch for that. maybe an IP adapter bypasser. And what's another thing? There's something else I would want to have. I forget. No. That one turned out bad. I wonder if it's the tallness. We could also just try like an otter. I really agree. I really agree. Yes, 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 yes. All right, it's otter time. Stop. Otter time. Oh, sorry, I bumped my mic there. I'm curious what this looks like. If this is good, I want to see what it looks like with an upscale. He's nodding. Let's just do a quick upscale on that one. Or high res fix upscale. I like how the motion slowed down. I think that has to do with the this not being at 1. Or just luck of the draw, maybe. These bubbles are great too. I just love the way the motion looks, especially with water. It's so good. Yeah. My teeth are upside down. That's okay. It's okay. SD Ultimate Upscaler after would probably clean that up a bit. If you want a good workflow for doing these like high res thingies, go check out Jboogx workflows on on Banadoko. He just dropped them last night. V3 and version 2 runs for if you're making your own masks for subject masking. It's like mine, but you have to make your own masks. You know, making your mask is good because you get the nice tight lines on them, but not everybody has After Effects. So if you don't have After Effects, you can use the one with the auto masking that I put up the other day. But if you already have a mask or you know how to generate a mask, you check out Jboogx because the lines are a lot cleaner. You can just upload a mask to mine too, but yeah, he's got some good post-processing stuff for the like control nets and the ultimate upscaler and all that stuff. So if you want to check out like a high-res pipeline, go check out that. It's really cool. Yeah. And so let's get rid of you for now. Oh, denoise is pretty low, that's why. Whatever. Yeah, otter came out good. Let's go full. All right, now let's add them to the VAE encoder. Okay, and then I think, oh no, you're on. Okay, so we're good there. And then we'll see what it does with just the, yeah. I don't know why these are in separate order. So confusing. Yeah, like it likes this double dump jump. You're on now. Why you not work? Is this not connected? Oh, it's the same seed. If your K sampler run doesn't run the way you thought it would, it's probably because you have a fixed seed. So this should do both now. Hopefully. With a new seed. And we'll see what the LoRA is doing versus what the just raw model is doing. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think this is a success. This is a fun one. I'm going to play with this one a lot. But we'll do a 250 step train and see what happens. Yeah. Oh, wait. This goes here. Two. Yes. I had this one hooked up to the empty and this one hooked up to the VAE. Can I just run this one again, maybe? Nice. I like this one. That's just raw. No motion, LoRA. He is Nicholson nodding though. Actually, it would be kind of funny to have a bunch of wild animals just like getting down. Wow. Okay. So that's with it feeding this in a no motion model. Interesting. What's to do with the cats then? We have to try it with cats, right? Okay, we need a new GIF. Famous meme GIFs. That'd be a good one. Oh, you wanted the Drake dance. Drake GIF. Yeah, I need to find a good clip of that. Nice and up close to that. This one's got too much noise in it, I think. Oh, you know what? We can just get it from the video. Okay. One got smaller. These guys are nodding though. Do 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 da do da. They look like they're listening to an industrial song or something. This is great. It's like the kick in the snare though. It'd be fun to have two cats named Kick and Snare. Can we make John Travolta nod? Or is it just going to get the middle of them? See what it does. Okay, we were getting a GIF from you. Paste. Thank you. Let's quickly grab Hotline Bling. Well, maybe I did go past it. It's in that weird room. Oh. Ooh, that might be fun. Nah. There's a good one where he's like, yeah. Okay, and what I actually want to do is chop that up. Move it over here. I'm gonna zoom in on you, Drake. Perfect. All right, and Hotline Bling. Cool. The cat's like it. Did this not work? Oh, I know what I did. 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 I loaded a GIF in and it loaded the GIF many, many times. So it made a giant batch. I'm going to restart Comfy. Derp. That's no good. I wonder why my computer was so hot and nothing was happening. Do, 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 do. 90, go, go, go. Crash, crash, crash. Crash, crash, crash. Load, load, load. Yeah. You good? Hey, nice. All right. Yeah. Downloads, videos, Hotline Bling. Where are you, Drake? Oh, yeah, MOV. Right. We want to not crop it. So yeah, if it's all messed up, just bypass this crop. Yeah, there we go. It's not bad. Let's go another maybe 30 frames in. I kind of want to get that motion where he's like, 45? maybe the end of it, 60. Kind of like that, 64. What I'm doing is I'm just picking the beginning of the clip to get the most motion over time. It's kind of cool, actually. Let's go back 48, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, that might be good. So this might be too fast. Like it might be too much motion, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try with the 250 step and see what happens. I think the flashing lights are gonna overtake the Drakenosity of this. No, we're not gonna use this. I like the idea, but I want something with more motion. More like specific, easier to determine motion. It's, like it's an hour of time. Let's try. Yeah, let's do famous meme gifs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to do this one so bad. Yeah. Save image. Ooh, truffle shuffle. God damn, that's tempting. It needs to be widescreen. If. No, you know what? I'm not going to train this because it's going to just be nudity all the time. It would be great, but yeah. No. Not on YouTube. I'll train that one later and send it to you. No, I think the 50 cent one is going to be pretty funny. Or maybe this kid. Salt Bay? Nah. I would like to get one with some camera movement. Are any of these the GIF? That's kind of tempting. The Shack Wiggle. No, I haven't tried a multiple video run. Actually, yeah, that might be cool. So many options here. Oh, Sparta kick. Yeah. Good one. 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 There we go. I can use that. All right, copy image. No, download image. Save images. Sparta kick.gif. All right. Let's get it in here. Sparta kick.gif. Where are you, bud? He seems angry. Might have to crop this one, but we'll see. Yeah, we do. So let's plug the crop in and see what it do. Okay, so let's add some on the top. Ooh, did I do that wrong? 100 and 100? Yeah, I'm dumb. 0 on the Y, maybe? Yeah, and then like 40. No, 80? Am I dumb? Feel dumb. I might be dumb. Sucks to find out you're dumb on stream. 20. Okay, we're like back to the center now. Oh, I see. 768 by I don't know, whatever. 420, I guess. 500? 300? What the hell, man? 320. Oh, we could just go wider. Same. Really? Am I dumb? By 12? Gotta get him closer. And then 0. 30? Terrible. I'm just gonna do this in result. Actually, those black bars, no, they will come through. Here we go. I wanted to zoom in a bit, and then the X I want to crop like 40, I think. Get it in the middle, yep. And then about like 64 with the kick. No, still angry fella, 70. All right, there's the hoof. Boink, 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 boink. Maybe we go like 74. Doink. 76. Kind of want to get it right in the middle. Bong. Bong. Bing bong. It's pretty sweet. Maybe a little more wind up on the kick. Yeah, just a hoof. Oh, Jack. This is so funny. Okay, okay, we can try 250 steps. I have a feeling it's not going to work. Because there's just so much going on in that frame. So I'm actually just going to run the 500 step again. Screw it. Those have to hang out with me. Oof. All right. Let's do ballerina kickboxer. Spartan kick into a pit. Hit it. Oh, did I get all the right stuff? I did not. I did not. I did not. This is Sparta. I'm very curious what this is going to do, honestly. Yeah, see, this one already says it's going to take longer. So yeah, I think the amount of motion definitely does matter. I think with that nodding one, we might have got away with 250 steps because the motion is so simple. But with this one, there's a lot of moving pixels. This is just intuition. I don't know for sure, but I feel like 500 steps is the way to go for this one. Okay. You know, while this is running, you guys were interested in the penguin tunnels, so if you want to see how I made the tunnel in Blender, maybe we can do that while this is rendering, because it's going to take a while to render, so let's do that. Save this one, start fresh. Okay, here we are in Blender. Something's broken though. My mouse is not working. There we go. Hey! All right. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to delete the default cube. Goodbye. Oh, you know what? I'm going to pop my screen. Oh, I gotta get up. I'm going to grab the screencast keys plugin for Blender so you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. Hey, workflow. The swirly loop tube type animation be called, I don't know, kaleidoscope maybe? Screencast keys. Okay, and then we go to Blender. Edit preferences, install downloads, screencast keys. Okay, those are in. There we go. So now you guys can see what. Oh, maybe I can make them bigger. There we go. So now you guys can see what I'm doing when I'm thinking. And when I'm moving this around, it's the same as when you hit your middle mouse button. But I'm using my thumb to move around. That's all. So you won't see my mouse doing anything when I'm moving the camera, but that's just because instead of using the middle mouse button, which is the default, I'm just using a thumb button on my mouse. But otherwise, you should be able to see everything I'm doing in Blender. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's kick it. We are going to make a tunnel. So Shift A to open a, to add a mesh. We're going to add a cylinder. We're going to hit R to rotate it, and we're going to hit X to lock it to the X axis. And we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. I don't know why that didn't show up, but I hit R, X, 90, enter. So now my cylinder is on the side. Actually, first things first, let's add a cylinder again. See this little thing down here in my head? Click that, and it's going to bring up this add cylinder thing. In here, we want to we actually want it to be 8 meters long. Okay. Just do that and leave it at 32 verts. That's fine for what we're doing here. Okay. Now you got your big long tube. We need to move it like this. So hit R, X 90, RX 90, and that rotates it 90 degrees on the X axis. Then hit tab to go into edit mode and click up here on the face select mode. And select the front and hold shift and select the back and hit X and delete the faces. So now we have a tube. It's a beautiful tube. It's our tube and nobody can mess with our tube. We want the camera to flow through the tube, and then we want it to loop again. So we can make multiple versions of the same thing and just have it go out forever And then when our camera won't be able to see the end, so that it'll just be like this long, unending tube. So in order to do that, we need to add Shift A. We need to add an empty plane axis. This little guy right here, it's like a little yellow thing. It's an empty. There's nothing on it, but we're using it to target a position. So I'm going to hit G. That's move in Blender. GY. I'm going to move it on the Y axis. GY. And then I'm going to move it 8 meters. Actually, no, I'm going to move it 4 meters. And then it's going to be right in position here on the end. So GY4 to move it 4 meters on the Y axis. So this is where I'm going to mirror this mesh from. So let's add the modifiers. In the modifiers menu, we're going to add a generate mirror. And then that mirror, we're going to mirror the empty we just made. So you can actually go up here and call this empty the mirror target. So you can see what it does. And then when we go into the cylinder, you can select the mirror target. And then you just click Y. You want it to mirror on the Y axis because that's where it is. So now our thing is mirrored. And now we just add a array modifier. And instead of on the X axis, we want it on the Z axis, -1. And that's going to stitch it to the end of this. So we have one tube that's mirrored and then copied over and over again. And then we can hit that. And then it's going to scroll essentially like 32. And now there's 32 of them out there in a long row. So when I get my camera into it, as we zoom through it, you won't be able to tell where the end is. So let's look at our tube. We have 32 divisions here, but we need 32 divisions along the thing. So we hit Control R in edit mode, and then we're going to see a little ring. And then we type 32, and hit enter, and click. Don't move the mouse, but click. And now we have enough geometry on our tube to start doing some stuff with it. So this tube, we can now, because it's mirrored and arrayed, we can add a deform displace modifier. And then we go in the displace modifier, add a new texture, and click this little guy here, the show texture in texture tab, and then change that texture to a clouds texture. Okay, and then increase the size until it's smoothish. Okay, now I have a big lumpy tunnel that we can just fly through. Shade smooth. Look at that lumpy tunnel. This thing will like be perfectly mirrored all the way down the line. So as the camera moves through it, it should perfectly loop. So let's grab our camera. We're gonna set the position of the camera by clicking on the first one all the way down. 0. Same deal here. 0. 0. So we actually want our camera to start at the beginning over here. Whoop, on the y-axis. -4. Okay. And we're just gonna slide the rotation up 90 degrees on the x-axis so that it's pointing straight out like that. And here, this will help if I remove the cylinder for now. I'm just going to hide the cylinder. So I want this camera to go the length of that cylinder without the rest of the stuff. So let's go to our cylinder. Just add the mirror cylinder. Get rid of the array. We're going to hide the array and the displacement from our thing for now. We're going to look at the thing again. So we want this camera to go from here to here over the course of the animation. We'll do 140 frame animation. We'll start the camera at the beginning. We'll hit I on this location on the first frame. Then we'll go to the final frame and hit the right arrow to get over to the frame past the final frame. So if it's 140 frames, we want frame 141. And on frame 141, we want this to be 16. So you just, 8. No, 12? Yeah, it's 12. So -4 to 12. And now hit I on the keyframe when you have your mouse over it, and that'll set the keyframe. And then our camera, when you hit spacebar, should zoom from one end to the other over the course of this animation, and it'll junk back to the front. So yes, it's messed up now because you can't see the rest of it. But we start adding the stuff back in, cylinder, go here. Let's add the array back in. Now it goes on long enough. And we add the displacement back in and it's displaced. And we want to displace it before the mirror so that it only does this displacement once and then copies it over and over again. So it's not displacing the entire tube, but it's displacing the tube in sections. And that way it'll all match up together. So yeah, now we have a gross tube that we can fly through. But the cool thing is in Blender, because this is, let's change this to 1024 here. All we have to do to make this a depth map is just get rid of the light, go into rendered mode here, get rid of the background color in the world settings here. So now there's nothing. We're going to go to the first frame. We're going to add a light. So that's Shift A. Go to the light, point. Just want a point light. In this point light, we're going to click the point light. We're going to hold control. We're going to click the camera. We're going to hit Control P to parent it to the object. We're parenting the light to the camera so that the light sticks to the camera as it flies through the tunnel. All right. So now when I hit spacebar, the light is going to stay with the camera. So you open up the camera and you can see the light inside of it. And then you go here and you can actually control the offset of where the camera is based on the point. So you could have it down there. If you want like a spooky light down the tunnel, you could have multiple lights. You could do whatever you want. But for a depth map, we want the light to actually be as close to the thing so that everything that's hitting this edge of the camera is as white as possible. So we just want that light kind of like that. And this is going to give us a, if I go to the camera settings here, down here in these camera settings, if you go to viewport and crank up this Passepartout, you can see the edges. So this is just going to give, literally, this will be like a depth map that we just made of a tunnel that's perfect loop, 140 frames. Now, if you use this as a ControlNet source, you can fly through it and, you know, have your stuff dream on all the depth of it. Another thing to do is just to add a subdivision surface onto it at the very end. And then just crank that up to 2 or 3. And that'll give you nice, smooth edges. And make sure you right-click and shade smooth as well. But yeah, that right there should give us a nice, like, kind of looks like an esophagus. But yeah, that's a pretty sweet little depth map there. Another thing to do is to go into the, here, change it to the render settings. Change it to the new version of Eevee, which has like more almost like ray tracing in it. And then go down to the color management and change it from AGX to standard. And that'll make it the white's white. And then if you want your light to be brighter, you can increase the power here so that it's like white. And then just dark on the edges. And then you can move that light with the Y here somewhere else. So if you wanted like a cool animation, you could put the light down the tunnel a bit so that you got a sort of a midpoint where the magic is happening, and then, you know, you could put something in the center. Or if you want the light right by the camera or even behind the camera so that you're just sort of like spooky, like spooky cave. Or like way, you can put it way down the tunnel too, which looks cool as well. But yeah, then you can just grab this light and hit Control Shift D. Click again, and then on this one you can move it so you can have multiple lights by just duplicating them. And you can have lights at different points in the tunnel. All kinds of cool stuff you can do with this workflow. It's really fun. So yeah, let's get that light back to where we wanted it, which was like probably here. Then I'll just back off the power a bit until it feels about right. That should be a pretty good depth map right there. So then you go down here to the render settings. Make sure it's whatever resolution you want. I've just been doing these masks at 1024 by 1024. FFmpeg video, encoding MP4. And you want to set this output quality down here to perceptually lossless. And then just tell it what folder to put it in. Yeah. Yeah, render. And it'll make a video, and then you can pull that video in as a depth mask in, for ControlNet. and get yourself some infinite penguins. Okay. Her leg looks a little messed up. Very stretchy. Very stretchy. Yeah. Let me go back to Blender there. Yeah, you're still rendering. It's all good. Cool. Let that render. Let's put that Sparta kick up. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get a good kick. I mean, that's a pretty interesting kick stretch there. I love the nodding otters. Yeah. Was Blender done? Still a ways. Yeah, so you can do different things with that displacement texture. You can use different textures. You can use images. You can use all kinds of stuff. The other thing you can do is make a curve and then bevel that curve and then run the camera through the curve so that your animation has twists and turns and that kind of stuff. We could do that too. Set up a racetrack if you want to see what that looks like. We got time. Might as well. Looks like a VJ tunnel racetrack. I mean, they make great ControlNet masks because, you know, depth, loose control, all kinds of stuff looks cool. Even the control GIF looks cool with it. AnimateDiff, control GIF, ControlNet. Looks awesome with that kind of stuff. It'd be sweet to get a ballerina just hoofing another ballerina into a pit. Ooh. Well, something's happening. I don't think it's what we wanted, though. Maybe should have gone with a different prompt. That looks... I mean, I know it's a leg, but it looks messed up. I'm going to slide that one off the screen, I think. Ooh. All right, let's get back to Blender. So same process as this tube, but we're just going to make a tunnel. So let's save the tube. Make a new project. Okay, for this one, instead of cylinder, we're going to make a Shift A. We're going to make a circle curve. Curve, circle. All right. Tab. Now we've got our control points for the circle. The middle point is the vertex. These are the way that you like rotate where the path is. So they're the handles for the point. Okay. It'll make more sense when I move everything out. But what you basically want to do is, you want to make your racetrack with this. figure out what your racetrack looks like. Maybe you can click between two and then add a subdivide, right click and subdivide and add yourself some more control points. So if I wanted to like have it curve in like that, I'm just hitting G when I select the vertices and G for grab, and then just moving them. So we're just gonna make like a cool little racetrack, and just try to make sure that the points are like pretty evenly distributed across your thing. And then just go in, grab them, and hit R, and just get these lined up so that they're pretty good. Otherwise, your curves will have some like gross wobbles in them when the camera spins around them. All right, so we got our little racetrack there. So let's click this little data object thing here, crank that resolution up to 64, and just smooth it up to 1. All right, and this is gonna make our track nice and smooth. So first things first, grab our camera, hit tab to get back out of edit mode. Here's our curve, here's our camera up here. Same thing as before, we're gonna put the camera at 0, 0. But now we're gonna use constraints, and these constraints, we're just gonna add a follow path. We're gonna follow the Bezier curve. This is on the camera. Negative ZY, that's the settings, and follow curve. Okay. Now this offset is the camera going around the curve. Okay. So this is what we're going to animate. So at 1, we'll do another 140 frame animation. At 1, it's going to be at 0, and this goes backwards actually. So we're going to go to the end, and it's negative 100 to get it back around to the beginning. So 0 to negative 100, and now it's going to whip around the track. There's our car, and it's just ripping around the track. This animation feels too fast, so I'm going to change it to 280. I'm going to remove these keyframes I made. I'm going to go back to 1, 0. I go to the final frame with Shift R and right arrow, and then negative 100, and then hit I on top of that again. So that should slow it down, make it nice and smooth because I've extended the animation. So we have a track, we have a camera moving around it, but we don't actually have a racetrack itself. Are you doing your thing? Oh, okay. That was weird. Okay. To create the track, we want to go into the Bezier circle and go in here to the geometry. We want to go to the bevel and increase the bevel depth. We want to encompass the camera if possible, because right now it's pretty tight. So you basically want to get it as big as you can before it's like completely out of space, or it's clipping into itself. There's a tight little tunnel, and we're spinning around the tunnel. Same thing as other one. You can add more resolution. And the other cool thing is you can actually where's the thingy? Is it the profile? No. My brain's shutting down here. Fill mode. You can actually change it so that it's more of a track by filling different points. So if you fill it by half and then you turn the camera, it's like a roller coaster. No, is that? There we go. So yeah, that might be an interesting one. A never-ending water slide. And then if you wanted to like curve left and right, you just look at it, and then because it's sort of like in like that, just hit tab on the curve and hit G and then Z, and you can pull the sections up and down, and then we should have some wibble wobble turny whirnies in here. And if they're like really awkward and hard, awful turns, you can try and play with the rotation. It's hard when it's on this axis because your brain sort of shuts down because the 3D is weird. But you basically want to, you know, get them rotated so that the turns aren't like awful. It's a tough one. You're just trying to stop it from doing like those jagged like jonk turns. Although that's kind of fun. This was pretty interesting, actually. I like it. I don't like that one little jonk there. Maybe I can fix that. Is that... Oh, that one sucks too. Just trying to avoid those like jittery bonks. Just have to add some texture to it. Let's do a blah, blah, blah. So you can retain the curve but hide it. So Control or Shift D to make a copy. Hide the original so that our camera is still flying around it. But this second one, we're actually gonna object convert to mesh. So now this one's a mesh. So now we can displace it and do stuff with it and shade it and do all that fun stuff. Because this version is not a mesh. It's just a curve. So it has no geometry. But this one does. So now we can go into here and go generate and displace. Where are you displace? Oh yeah, it's deform displace. New thingy, clouds. Yeah, and then just crank that size up so that it's like not folding over itself. And that'll give it some texture. That's folding over itself. Let me try backing off the strength a bit. There we go. Try to give it some gibbly wibblies. Because now when I kill the world light, we've got that. We can kill this light, add a light, and stick it to the camera, right? Camera, remember? Point light, camera, shift, select, Control P, object. Parent object, cameras, parent, I did it the wrong way. Light and then camera, I believe. Parent object. No, other way around, really? Camera to light? Oh, that's new. Alright, cool. Yeah, spin, sugar. Okay, and then so you point light. I don't think this is working the way I wanted it to. Is the light attached? No. We're going to do this a different way. The point will not be attached to the camera. Instead, the point will run along the track at a different interval. Yeah. So let's go there. And then the point light, we're actually going to give it a constraint as well in the constraints menu. Follow path, Bezier curve circle, same settings, ZY, follow curve. And now this thing, the light can actually just follow the camera. So it'll light up everything as it goes. So all we have to do that is just go to the first frame and then figure out where we want the light. Actually, 0 is perfect. We're going to leave it at 0. And we're going to give it the same settings as the other one. We're going to go to the final frame, -100. And now the light is actually following the light is following the camera around the track. So that'll give us our depth map. It might be a pretty interesting depth map, actually, with all that negative space above. And the path sort of illuminates as it comes in front. And then I just want to zoom it in a little bit. Camera, yeah, maybe like 20. And we're just going to shift Y up a little bit, so it's looking up a little bit. Or maybe down a little bit. Up a little bit. Yeah. That's cool. Except for that one little bonk. Where are you? You're fine, you're fine. I didn't like that bonk. Didn't like that bonk. Oh. But I would have to change it here. Is that it? Oh, another bonk there. Ooh. Is that better? Smooth ride. Cool. Feels good. Oh, it might. I was just making ControlNet masks. This isn't for emotion, LoRA. Yeah, for motion LoRA, I would actually just use like roller coaster footage or something, I think. I don't think I'd bother with a depth map. Well, it's getting darker, and she's kicking, but it's not really a Sparta kick yet. And then 1024. Yeah, I think this will be a cool little depth map for ControlNet. So let's see, temp, depth, tunnel, 6. Same settings, FFmpeg, encoding, MP4, perceptually lossless. Yeah, I mean, training motion LoRas is not a party exactly, but it can be fun. I mean, the otter nodding is pretty great. I'll throw the Nicholson nod on my Discord if you guys want to play with that. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Just nodding cats. Oh, somebody's getting kicked. How's it doing? 1/5 of the way there. Let's go. Thirty steps. Holy cow, let's go. Ooh, Yeah, it just occurred to me this one might actually look cool. if, yeah. What if it was like that? I'm gonna also render that. Should probably do that just in Comfy. It's probably a rotate. Oh well. Jack likes it. %. Water slide. Thank you, Blender. Okay. Almost. Oh, I forgot to render for 2 hours straight with eye contact. I'll do that next time. Boom, 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 boom. Are we almost there yet? Come on. If you whine at the computer, it renders faster. It's scientifically proven. I read it in a computer magazine. Actually, I think it slowed down a bit. It heard me. All right, we're almost there. 9 more steps. Then we'll try cats kicking other cats. See if we can make cat Sparta. I feel like we can make cat Sparta. I have faith in our abilities. What do you say? Nice legs, I guess. All right, cool. Let it finish its little shaboobula here. Yeah, we pretty much overfit by 400, I think, but we'll see. Three is interesting. I think three might make some cool motions. All right, cool. Let's try it. Refresh. And then should be Sparta. This is Sparta. 500. All right, cats. Oh no, we need the cats. Hello, friends. Let's do it. Well, hopefully we'll get some Spartan cats kicking each other. It's bad that this thing describes photos better than I do. I mean, to be fair, it's trained to do it, and I'm not, but whatever. I could have bypassed that. It's literally the same run. Ooh, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know. I might pull this off screen just for a minute. Those look kind of humanoid. Are we good? We're fine. Oh, it did nothing. The other one is them nodding. This one is them going no. It should be a lot more than that though, because let's try 1.5. I mean, where's me? Is somebody like standing? Me, we can try me, I guess. Yeah, this is weird. This one might not have worked. Need to get like a picture of two people, basically. Should this guy kick this lady? Why not? Oh, it's got a watermark and everything. Ooh, these guys should kick each other. Yeah, I'm just literally chilling at the beach here. This one might not have worked. Yeah, I'm not kicking anybody at all here. Although I am VAE encoding too. Let's try grabbing the empty laden. VAE encoder might be taking over too hard. Karate Kittens. Come on, kick him. Kick him. Not quite. Not quite. Let's see. Average maybe 0.15. Maybe one of the less crazy ones. 400. I'll probably need to change the seat. Oh no, it's going. very, very gently kicking him. It's not as good as Jack Nicholson, that's for sure. I mean, he's kicking. Pretty cool. Yeah, still just shaking their heads. So weird. It's like, nah, we're not going to do anything. Screw you. Can Travolta Spartan kick somebody? Yeah, I asked them to do motion. They were like, absolutely not. No way, bud. Nope. Sorry. Whoa. I don't think he's going to be kicking. Oh, wait, it's because I changed it to nodding. Will he do the Nicholson nod? He kind of will. Too high, right? Oh, no, it's not. Very interesting. He's like bowing. Can we make Nicholson nod? Oh, no, we can't because I need that frame. I need, like that frame. Yeah. You. No. You. No, you. Do 576 by 320. Is it gonna be? Yeah, it'll be working. Can I make Nicholson do his own meme? The face melting, I'm not a huge fan of. It's looking like that, yeah. But some of the other ones I trained work fine, so I don't know. Oh, he's not even nodding. Huh. It's also not him. I mean, the motion is kind of the same. It's just cutting into a different face. There he goes. Perfect. Nailed it. He's into it. Yeah. 100%, 100%, 100%. I'm just trying different combinations of settings here to try to find the right sort of the magic beans. Right now, I think it's this mode, this strength, and this much LoRA. We'll see. It's all a balancing act. And again, if you want to do higher quality stuff, just train V3 models and do the V3 inferences. The V3 model training is actually faster. Oh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, we did it. We trained motion LoRAs. We did our thing. If you want to train motion LoRAs and have other people try them out, come upload them to my Discord and we'll try them out. And I'll upload this workflow and the clip chooser and the grid maker thing, so you can render your own. Yeah, I want to see what you guys make. Send it to me. I'm gonna cut the stream off for there for tonight. We did a Sparta kick and Jack Nicholson nodding with mixed results. You know, it is what it is. It's the way this stuff goes. But cool little nodding LoRA. That'll be fun. The otter is funny, the best one. I think the otter's the best one. But yeah, we'll see you guys all really soon. I'll be back, I think, either tomorrow night or Monday, depending, or not Monday, Tuesday. Got a thing on Monday I can't announce yet, but I will announce soon. And then what else? Yeah, we'll do more nerd stuff. I think I won't focus so much on training for the live streams because it's so boring. So use this to get your feet wet with training, and we'll spend a lot more time on inference in later streams because it's more fun to get stuff out of the AI than to train stuff live on stream. But just wanted to sort of just do the whole process so that if you guys get stuck somewhere, maybe it's the same place I got stuck, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, you've seen how it works, you've seen how it's done, and go forth and train your models and listen to Pixel Pusher and listen to Noteburger and listen to anybody else who's been training these because they probably know more than I do anyway. So yeah, thanks for hanging out and happy workflows. We'll see everybody really soon. Bye bye.